Watch, I can do this. Did you see it?
Yeah.
You want me to do it again?
Not really.
Right. Fair enough.
C7 Viper.
Hey, welcome and happy birthday. You know, usually I get this question, what is your favorite airsoft gun? And I always say, I can't pick a favorite. But today, I'm picking favorites. That's right, I'm gonna pick 7 of my current favorite primaries in airsoft. So follow me while I go around and show you some of the airsoft guns that I use the most right now. First, I'm gonna take you this way. This one is the Tokyo Marui SIG 552. This was one of the first Tokyo Maruis I ever purchased, and it just feels right. I did put a flashlight grip on it, but that's about everything I've done to it. This thing is completely stock. It's about 280 to 300 FPS, and I've got a whole ton of these SIG mags that work as dual mag clamps. I have been using this for about 10 years now, and I wouldn't give it up. Not for anything. And I also have 2 of these. One is still in the box. It's really good for CQB. It's got the folding stock, which also can work as a grip. But like I said, flashlight grip. Don't really need this. It does have a rotary hop up. That's why this is one of my favorites. Oh, you startled me. Sorry, I was just over here looking at my Genesis Bison from Echo 1. Now, if you've never seen this before, you might say, what's that big ugly tube on the bottom of this AK? Is that a grenade launcher, or is that where the battery goes? Neither! This is the mag. It's got a high cap on it right now, so it is a 1,000 round high cap drum mag on a little tiny Paquito AK. It fills up from the top. You just pour the BBs in, wind it up right there, and you're good to go. It does have a lot of battery space, like a normal AK up in the top. You need a stick battery for that. Folding stock. One thing I don't like about it is it will not lock in place because of the big bulky mag, but that's a sacrifice you've got to make to have 1,000 rounds ready to go in such a small compact unit. That's what she said. Now there are other brands that make this, but I prefer the Echo 1, and I like it so much that I've got about 3 of them. It has a slide hop up right under there, and yes, it does full auto, but not in the building. Damn, bro. Okay. I usually keep one of these in my gear so that if something goes down, I know I have this and it'll be good to go. We can just grab it, it's already loaded, throw a battery in it, and we're back on the field that quick. You don't have to worry about putting BBs in because it's probably got a few hundred left over from the last time you've used it. That's why this is one of my favorites to use currently. I can't pick any more favorites, I'm done. Just kidding. Next we have this. This is the multiple grenade launcher. This one's from ICS. I also have one that is full metal from Craft Appleworks, but that one's too heavy to use in a game. It's ridiculous. This one, if it's fully loaded with shells in there, it weighs a decent amount, but not too much. Does have a grip and a red dot on top, you know, because you got to be very precise with your grenades. Retractable stock right there, and you can use all sorts of different kinds of shells. There's paintball shells, 40 mics, shower shells. A lot of you may have seen this in a previous video that I've done where I took it into some CQB.
Jake, you almost got murked.
Now for that video I was using low-powered shower shells, but we also have the 40 mic shells that shoots out a powerful stream of BBs. And I've got a whole bunch of different shells that you can load in. You spin it, lock it, and then you're good to go. This thing just has an intimidation factor on the field, and when someone sees you pull this out, they usually run the other way. And that's why this is one of my favorites to use currently. Boom. Next we have this. This may look like an unassuming spring shotgun, but this can be OP in the wrong hands. This is an S&T M870. It is single shot, not tri-shot like some of the other shotguns, but that allows for you to adjust the hop up and send that BB even farther. I can use this thing as a sniper or even a shotgun in some CQB. It is full metal and wood, and these little mags hold about 45 rounds. Whenever I'm feeling spicy, I bust this thing out, and everyone on the field already knows about it, and they know to stay away from me when I'm using this, because I can be very accurate and very precise with it.
Right there. I kiss it, make it better.
Stay far away.
Far away might not even help. You gotta get farther than that. This thing is built solidly, and I'm always afraid that I'm gonna break it and never be able to find one just like it, because you guys know, sometimes you just find an airsoft gun that's got that little airsoft magic dust sprinkled in that makes it that much better than its counterparts. And I feel like that's this. This is my go-to. I have even used this in a Milsim event. It went well. For me, not for the enemy at least.
Hey, got me! Sorry. Are you good? And you got me with a shotgun.
All right, I gotta go put it back. Boop. And next is this Crytac Chris Vector. I wanted one of these for so long, and now I have 3. But this one is more of my favorite because it's got the Ace Tech Thor and Vic. It's got the Bifrost, which has got that fake fire that comes out the front in any color you want. Here's the standard flame. I've got a ton of mags for it, and it's got this neat flip up sight on top from Vism. And this is the one that I got not too long ago from SS. Very happy to snag this one. There's just something really cool about using a Chris Vector. It's futuristic, but it's also like very useful. It is wired to Dean's down here in the grip, and that means you can only put a very small battery. I found that the Elite Force 1011 ones work pretty well in it. It does have a rotary hop up in there. And yeah, these are just really fun to use on the field, indoors or out. And this one is a Polar Star. This started out as an Elite Force 4CRS, and I got this straight from Polar Star. This does have a fusion engine in it, and after a little bit of work, I brought it back to life, and I have used this in several games recently. I like the Milsim look and feel of this. It does have a VFC QRS stock on it. Right now I've just got a standard metal high cap in it, but it really does feed well with those EPM ones. Just about everything on this is metal, but it is lightweight. It's surprisingly light, and that's why I find it's really easy to run around with in CQB, because it's not huge and heavy and bulky and weighing you down. You can bring it up and with the Polar Star get people pretty quickly. This has been one of my go-to favorites recently, and now that I'm talking about it, I think I want to use it this weekend. Now, let me put this back and I'll get to the last one on this list. Here we go. Here we are at the last one. And it's right here. Ugh. I'll get that later. This has been my favorite go-to airsoft gun for CQB or outdoor use for probably the past 5 or so months. It is the VFC Avalon Caliber 2 PDW in bronze. I haven't really done anything to it. It's completely stock. The only things I added were this little grip because it feels nice. And I changed out the orange amplifier that it came with for this Warpig amplifier in tan to better match the two-tone color scheme of the whole airsoft gun. As you can see, It's got a lot of wear marks on it from where my sling rubs because I use this a whole bunch. Get in there close and see all the wear marks. That means I've used this and it's not just a wall hanger. It did come with this nice QRS mid cap. I've got that in there right now, but I typically use the EPM ones in this thing and it feeds great. And the amplifier gives it that extra little pop so that when you're shooting it, the enemies hear it and they get scared because they think it sounds like it hurts. I mean, it probably does.
Got him. Got the right. Jake's on the hill. Jake's on the hill. Got him. He's down.
I can always tell where you are on the field, and people go the opposite direction.
Yeah. The battery compartment is in here in the stock. It is a very small battery compartment, but that's okay. It is wired to Tamiya. The wire tucks back in. You've got about this much plus a little extra for the battery to fit, so you are gonna need a small battery. Fully extended, the stock feels pretty good, and it does have a rotary hop-up right in there, and it does the thing. Ha! I love it when it does the thing. This is like the complete package. I don't have to go and use a whole bunch of different things for different applications because this does it all. These Avalon gearboxes, just right out of the box, are great. All right, that's it. That's all of my personal favorites for right now. I mean, if we were talking about all time, I could be here forever talking about all of the vintage Maruis and classic Armies I have in the boxes. We don't have time for that. That's a video for another day. Thank you guys for being here and watching while I go around and show you everything that I'm giddy like a kid about. Don't forget to like it if I made you laugh even a little bit. I think you laughed at me, I could hear it. Find me on all of the socials. We've got Instagram, we've got TikTok. You're already here on YouTube. We do giveaways. I know you were gonna ask that next. Just subscribe. That's the way to do it. And to prove you've made it all the way through this video, Mrs. C7 Viper is gonna ask you a question.
Simple. What is your favorite airsoft gun to use?
Haha, yes! How the turntables have... What is your favorite airsoft gun? Tell me in the comments below. And now, I've gotta go hide in this camouflage. I'll see you later.
Where are we starting?
I don't know. Help, I'm trapped. She won't let me leave.